There's a line you hear a lot in progressive circles. Be careful how you take on Pauline. You might just make her stronger. Enough with the hand-wringing. Pauline Hanson isn't some sort of fragile protest figure who thrives on accidental attention. She is a seasoned, strategic politician, and a very effective one at that. She understands the media, she understands grievance, and she knows exactly how to position herself at the edge of what's acceptable and then to drag that edge further. Pauline knows exactly what she's doing. So let's be clear. The problem isn't that she's being criticised too much, it's that she's not being scrutinised nearly enough. Because what is happening right now is bigger than one politician or one party. Pauline Hanson is actively legitimising and mainstreaming ideas, figures and rhetoric that even a decade ago would have been unthinkable in Australian public life. She's hanging out with white supremacist criminal thugs and thinks that the rest of us should have no problem with that. We're seeing the importation of far-right narratives, culture war, tactics, associations with individuals and movements that trade in racism, conspiracy, and division. This isn't abstract. It has consequences. When those ideas are normalised, they don't just sit on the fringe. They seep into the mainstream. They shape debates. They influence policy and shift what is and what feels to be politically possible. The goals have shifted because she is dragging them there. And if they go unchallenged, they don't just fade away, they fester. Now let's be honest about something else. Many Australians who are drawn to Hanson's messages are responding to very real pressures. The cost of living, insecure work, a sense that the economic system isn't delivering fairness or stability. Those grievances are legitimate. People are right. The system is not working. The system that's meant to help us look after each other when we need it most is not working. It needs a renovation. These people, Australians who are struggling at the cold face of these pressures, people deserve serious answers. But Pauline isn't offering any solutions to these problems. She's exploiting them. She's using them. And she channels frustration into division. She redirects economic anxiety into cultural resentment. And in doing so, she opens the door to a politics that is harsher, more exclusionary, and ultimately corrosive to the kind of society most Australians actually want to live in. Hanging out with Tommy Robinson, a white supremacist cop basher, that's not helping older Australians get quality healthcare or to fix our aged care system. Hanging out and slapping the back and hugging and laughing with Tommy Robinson isn't helping young people get a job and get the deposit they need for a house to buy. Pauline Hanson cuddling up to Tommy Robinson isn't making housing more affordable. And that's why this moment calls for more than just cautious critique. It calls for sustained, unapologetic scrutiny. Not of voters, but of power. Of Pauline. And let me be clear, I am not going to apologise. I want Pauline gone. Because Pauline Hanson is a cancer on our democracy. She is a cancer on what makes this country great. Pauline Hanson is eating away at our safety and security. Pauline Hanson is making our country less safe and less kind. And I will not apologise for taking her on and calling her out. We need a full frontal examination of policies, the alliances, the tactics, and the long-term agenda. Because left unchecked, this isn't just about rhetoric. This is about a political project that would damage Australia's social fabric, undermine our democratic norms, weaken the fairness that so many people are already struggling to hold on to. This is real people's lives. The struggles are real. And Pauline Hanson is playing playdate with white supremacist podcasters. And this is not a short-term context. Let me be clear. This is going to be a long fight over what kind of country Australia will be. So enough with the hand-wringing. If progressives hold back, if we tiptoe around the politics of division out of fear of amplifying it, we don't neutralise it, we enable it. Pauline Hanson is not a political victim. She is an active agent in reshaping the boundaries of Australian politics. And that makes her not just a participant in the debate, but a risk to it. Pauline isn't a political victim. She's a perpetrator of the worst kind, a risk to decent, to a fair and inclusive Australia. And that's why she must be challenged. Clearly, consistency, and without apology.